So, so welcome back to the day 4 or day 5 of Snowflake. So we were discussing all the cloud-based computing concepts, okay? And we started discussing something like a data warehouse and a data lake, along with the modern data computing platform. Okay, and then I also have told something like Snowflake is not only a data warehouse, okay, but it provides a complete end-to-end environment, okay, where you can have both the data lake and data warehouse existing on the same platform. And I also mentioned a modern computing platform will not only have the data warehouse, but it also has the data lake complementing each other. Those are the two things what we have seen yesterday. Those are the two things what we have seen yesterday. So today, what we are going to do is we'll be discussing a bit of the data lake and data warehouse once again. Okay, making sure that you are good with respect to these particular concepts, and then we'll try to start creating this snowflake free trial, which will be a 30 days account that you will get. So most probably during the complete course, you are expected to create this free trial account 2 times to implement all the features of Snowflake with respect to the enterprise edition. So we create that particular free trial first, and then we discuss these particular concepts. And from Monday onwards, what we do is we will be working on the Snowflake internals and the essentials, and then we'll start off this Snowflake starting next week. So as I have told you, today is going to be the last class for all the demos. Okay, so please contact me and your respective institutions to make sure that you do the registrations basically during this weekend. Okay, that is one thing that I'm requesting everybody. And the other thing what I'm saying is from Monday onwards, so Indian people, the classes will be from Tuesday to Saturday, Tuesday to Saturday. But for the US people, the classes will be from Monday to Friday. From next week onwards, it will be at 7:30 p.m. EST. 7:30 p.m. EST in the sense those people who are in the CST time zone, it will be around 6:30. Okay, in case if you are in the PST time zone, it will be around 4:30. Since we are going to have the daylight saving that is going to impact, we are going to make this particular change. So kindly cooperate. In case if you have any other inconvenience, please let me know. I will try to accommodate. Okay, that is another thing. So here, before ending the show, what I do is that let me go ahead and then make sure that you have your email IDs and everything with you basically. Okay. So go to this one. Okay. I mentioned this one as snowflake.com. Please enter this snowflake.com. And then here what you can say is that you'll be able to something like start for free. Start for free. When you select start from free, what you'll be doing is that you'll be getting your 30-day free trial account. Okay. When you're getting this start for free trial 30-day account, what happens is that you'll be getting immediate access to this data cloud. So first thing is Snowflake is not a cloud service provider. So when I say something like Snowflake is not a cloud service provider, that means that it is not a cloud service provider like AWS, Amazon, or Google. Okay, but it is an architecture that has been built on the top of these cloud service providers. We'll be seeing that one. Okay, so Nagaraju, can you please share your? I'm using your email ID, and you will be getting that link. Okay, please forward me that link in the WhatsApp so that I can use this one for registration. Okay. So here I'm mentioning this one as Ravi Kumar. Okay. So this is my Ravi, and then company email happens to be my 1 minute. Let me use my cousin's email. This is the email, right?
Yeah.
Florida I mentioned, and then the role happens to be a data engineer, and then the United States. Please make sure that you mention all these things. Kindly open all these. Kindly open this one, and then make sure that you provide this one, and then click on this continue. This is one thing that you need to understand. Snowflake comes up with 4 versions. Standard version, the second one is the enterprise version, and the third one what you're having is business critical version, and there is one more version called as virtual private Snowflake is there. Those are the 4 versions you get. But here, if we want to experiment with all the features of Snowflake, it is always better to go with this enterprise version. It is always better to go with this enterprise version. So it is better to go with this enterprise, but not the standard version, because in the standard version you will not be able to experiment all the features. So go with this particular enterprise. Sahja, when you are seeing here, it is asking you choose your cloud service provider. That means that do you think this Snowflake is really a cloud service provider? No, right? It is a cloud platform that exists on the top of one of these things, either on the Microsoft Azure or on the AWS Web Services or on the Google Cloud Platform. So that's the reason it is always better to select one of the services. So I really don't have any specific preference to check what it is, but it is always, I'll go with this AWS Web Services. Okay, and you can also select the region in which your Snowflake account has to be created. So in case if I'm in US, I'll select this something like US, Ohio, East, like that I can select as. In case if there are people from India, you can also have the option of selecting this Asia Pacific. But again, I'm telling you, this particular region, what you're selecting here does not really impact anything what you're doing in this training and development environment. But when you go to the production, yes, it impacts. Okay, that is the reason you need to do this one. So enterprise version, I'm selecting this AWS, and then check the terms what you see here, and then you can click on this get started. When you click on the standard, it will be asking you something like thanks for signing up with Snowflake. Okay, why are you considering this particular style? Of course, this is for training and certification. You can mention, or else you can mention it for personal learning and development, and then you can click on this continue here. So basically, we are using this Snowflake, build an application or a data product for the customers, run analytics, migrate an existing data warehouse. I have a friend of mine who is attending this AWS bootcamp in the next hour, and then they are implementing a migrated data lake into this particular Snowflake. Okay, so they're doing that one, and then he asked for my help also as well. So you can also have the option of migrating an existing data warehouse or data lake, and you can also have the option of creating a data lake, data mesh, or a federated data source. Mention these things and then click on this continue. What are the preferred languages that you can use? Obviously, what we use is only SQL. I have been telling you from the beginning, we are planning to use Snowflake only for the purpose of relational data warehouses. Since we are using this Snowflake for this relational data warehouses, please make sure that you mention this one as SQL here, because we'll be using SQL but we'll also be using something like Python also will be using here. This is the Python we'll be using at some point of time. So it is better to use this particular Python also as well. They're just trying to take your preferences and your browsing behavior and your work ethics behavior in order to record those statistics. Nothing more than that. And still you can skip that one too. So when you click on submit, it says that a mail has been sent to this gentleman, uh, and
Yeah.
so can you please forward that email
Yes, sure. I am forwarding.
in the WhatsApp? You please forward if you can, guys. Please do that one from your side. You can send it to Gmail or you can WhatsApp also. Not a problem. Yeah, I'm giving the mail. Guys, 1 minute, please. So okay, once I get this email, what I'm doing is, see, you should have got this one. Sajja, మీకు వచ్చిందండి ఇది. Click to this activate thing.
Yes.
So click to this activate, and then you will be asked to mention your username. This guy's name is, gentleman's name is Tinku Bala. Let me text his username so that you'll be aware of these things.
Underscore this.
Or else you mentioned something like Tinku Bala. One minute. Okay, let me share the password to. Just remember this password and then get started. So get into this one. Kindly let me know once you're logged into this Snowflake. So it is welcome to Snowflake. How do you want to start? You want to explore the tutorials with sample data, or you want to load the data into Snowflake. So for now, I don't want to do anything. Just skip for now. Just skip for now. So guys, I'm expecting everybody to log in and then look into these particular things. Okay. Kamalakar, you have logged in, right? Mandal Ravi, Priyanka, Sahajya, and
Yeah.
Srinivas and Gopal. So we get here. The moment once you get here, let us try to understand what we are doing here. This is your Snowflake environment. So basically, it is browser based. It is in the cloud. It is software as a service. It is software as a service, which is a data warehouse basically. Okay. So the first thing what I'll tell you here is let us try to understand this environment here. When you try to do this particular environment, the web interface of your Snowflake is basically treated as a snow site. It is basically treated as snow site. Okay, this is the place where you can have the option of creating your databases or data warehouses or data lakes. This is the place where you can try to do all your SQL based operations. You do all your ETL or ELT operations or data engineering operations. Okay, this is the place where you can have the option of doing all your DBA related activities, along with you can also have the option of working with. You can also have the option of working with um, the admin related activities also as well. Okay, and another thing is you can start working with the third party providers like Python, Tableau, and other ETL tools also as well can be connected to this Snowflake as the database or the data warehouse for all your reporting and analytical needs also as well. That's why this is what is Snowflake. So anything what you do in data warehouse, all those particular things are expected to be done only from this Snowflake environment only, are expected to be done only from this particular Snowflake environment only. Okay. Now, so let us try to understand these things here. First thing is that how many days you have been given here? 30 days is the time that you have been given here. 30 days is the time that you have been given here. So that means that within this 30 days time, what you are expected to do is you are expected to be given some $400 of credit. $400 of credit. Okay. Because so far it has not asked for any credit card, right? It has not asked for any for credit card. In case if your 30 days expire, or else in case if you are already consuming your $400 of credit, automatically what it does is that it will ask you to put the credit card so that from that point of time, whatever all the operations or the activities that you do in Snowflake will be charged. That's the reason as soon as this 30 days expires, what I request is open a new Gmail account and then use that one for the purpose of creating another free trial. So for every batch, what I have to do is that I have to create 2 accounts because the course cannot be completed within 30 days. Since it goes for 40 to 50 days, that's the reason I have to keep that 2 Snowflake accounts have to be created. Okay, that is one thing that you need to understand here. Now, another thing is I told you like Snowflake is a database, right? So when it is a database, you're expected to see all the different types of databases and data warehouses here. So here you can see that these are the 2 databases that exist here. These are the 2 databases that exist here. These are all the sample databases. So if you want to create a database, you can go ahead and then start creating the database from this one, which we'll be seeing starting from next week. Basically.
Ravi, sorry to disturb.
Yeah, please go ahead.
What are the 2 symbols towards left side? One is database symbol Snowflake. How about the Snowflake?
See, this is your this account. What you are seeing here is basically your DBA related thing, which you are not expected to do anything. So the role, okay, who is having something like this role here, the sysadmin role you are seeing here, right? These particular roles are expected to go into this Snowflake here. That means that what happens is how much is the charge that is being used. You see these things here, as well as what are the alerts that you are having here, and the ML and the organization usage. So all the organizational aspects of your usage and your account is going to be recorded with respect to this database here, basically. You get what I'm saying, Srinivas?
Yes, yes.
And this one, what you are seeing here is a sample database. Is a sample database like our application database here. These are all the schemas. Okay, every database obviously comes up with a default type of schema called as this information schema. So the information schema contains all the metadata related information. Here, every database will contain. Okay, now what happens is these are only the read-only databases that have been existing as a part of this one. These are only the read-only databases. Okay, now for the purpose of doing your learning and development activities, you can start using any one of them. But you can have the option of creating your own databases also as well. So what is the structure that you're having here? You have this database. This database is having some schema, and within this particular schema, you're going to see the set of all the tables and views basically. So this is the schema and these are the tables that you can see here. Okay, all the database objects exist within that particular schema. So these are all the databases that you're having here. Okay, now where do you do your development or testing or ETL or ELT related activities? Then what you have to do is that you have to go and then open these worksheets. These worksheets you are seeing here, right? These are all the default worksheets that have been created. These are all the default worksheets that have been created. Suppose when you try to open this particular worksheet, it gives me like this. It gives me like a create or replace table, like that. It gives me all these things, sample worksheets that you give here. So using this worksheet, this is the place where you can start doing all your ETL related activities. You can start doing all your ETL related or SQL related activities that you can see here. So all the 40 to 50 days or 60 days of training, you are expected to learn. You are expected to do and code only SQL, and we'll be doing particular Python also as well. That's why while you are setting up this particular settings, I have told I'll be using this SQL and Python for our training and development activities also as well. So basically, you can create any number of worksheets. These worksheets are just like the tabs of Excel. So you can open any Excel, you can open any worksheet, give a default description to that one, and then start coding within that Excel, whatever worksheet, whatever you want. Okay, that is what is the purpose of worksheets here. So far, we have seen 2 things. One is worksheets we have seen, along with we also have seen something called as databases. Is these 2 things clear to you? Kamalakar, Tinku, Sahajikaran,
Yes.
and Srinivas. These two are clear, right? Now,
Yeah.
other thing that you need to
Yes.
understand here is when you go to this admin.
So from worksheets, can we connect to the multiple data sources? Because you mentioned that, I mean, we can perform that some sort of the ETL activities in the worksheets.
Yes, we can do all those sort of things also as well here.
Okay.
If you want me to show you the sample thing, I'll show you that one if you are okay. So
No,
basically-
that's fine. I'm just trying to be understand, Ravi. So, which means that if given having that any specific ETL tool, let's say for example, in case of though it's a traditional tool now, Informatica or something, whatever the functionalities Informatica can able to do that, the same kind of activities we could do in the worksheets.
Yes. Yes. With respect to the SQL, what we are using, with the help of that, so you want to see this one, right? I'll show you here. Suppose when I try to open a worksheet here, I'll open this particular worksheet. Okay. Now you go to this database. You go to this data. You go to this one. You go to this schema here. These are the tables. These are the tables. When you open any particular table here, you can have the option of loading this data here. Okay. But the thing is, when you go to this particular schema and you go to this worksheet here, you can have the option of creating this SQL worksheet.
Okay.
You select a particular database, Snowflake schema, and you select this one. 1 minute, I'll show you here. You can start doing all these manipulations here, basically. So wait a minute, I'll show you.
Yeah.
So since you have been asking, right, 1 minute. There is a November one which I recently created. So
No, that's fine, Ravi. I'm just trying to be understand. Probably anyway, in the going forward, the classes.
we'll be seeing that one. Yeah, we'll be seeing
yeah,
that one.
so-
But just trying to show you 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. I'm going to show you. So this is my account. I call this one as November Snow.
Username seems to be incorrect. Yeah.
So Gopal garu చూస్తున్నారు కదా ఇది. This is my account. This is my brother-in-law's account. So you hang these 26 trails that you see here. So when you go to this November 1, what would is that we can have the option of doing all these things here. I'm creating this database. I'm creating these tables. I'm inserting the data into the tables. The moment I'm creating this task you see here, right? These tasks, these are all the ETL related activities that I do here basically. These are all the ETL related activities here. Okay. So whatever the things that you do with Informatica, data stage and all those particular things, all these things can be done with the help of this database objects only here. The database objects only. Suppose when you open this particular schema, these are the tables. You see here. How many things you are seeing there? Can you read it out? You have the tables, you have the views, you have the stages, you have the storage integration, these pipes, streams, tasks, functions, processes, and dynamic tables. These are all the chess pieces that you need to learn in Snowflake in order to do the complete end-to-end ETL activities. We'll be doing all these things in-house in Snowflake only. Did you get my point?
Yeah, and everything is done by the SQL only.
Yeah, everything has to be done by SQL only. So I showed you, yeah, go ahead, sir.
So yeah, so is that Snowflake internally? I mean, whatever these schemas, tables which you are seeing, it does. Is the Snowflake does have that any user graphical way how we seen in the Informatica, where when we are building that some sort of the mappings and uh, those things, or
You say something like the visual way you're talking about?
right, because I mean, if you
No,
take the
it
consideration,
doesn't have that visual way of representation. Everything is going to be coded only basically here.
okay, but the coding part, either we can go for the Python or Java, SQL, whatever the
Yes,
language
yeah,
which
we can
use.
go for. So the earlier one, what I have told you is with respect to Python and SQL. I have told you here, right? This one, this is complete SQL. The moment when you go with this one, this is completely Python we are doing here.
Sure, yeah.
You got my point?
Yeah.
So this is the way that we are planned to do here.
Okay.
Into
And
your, right?
Yeah, and in regular larger enterprises, they just, I mean, they may not use all these things because they just use for the Snowflake as a data warehouse only. In that case, they're not going to be fall in this particular space. Am I
So
right?
in such a case, what we do is that when you go to this google.com, okay, when you try to use something like ETL tools for compatible with Snowflake, when you try to mention this one, there are three tools that are really popular. The first tool is Metallion. Have you heard about Metallion? This is really popular nowadays. Metallion.
Okay.
And the other thing people are talking about this DBT tool. There is a tool, that DBT tool, which is really widely popular. And last week, I think 3 people has been placed on this DBT tool, DBT ETL. This one, data transformation. This DBT, people are really using this one. And the third tool that people have been using is Alteryx. Alteryx ETL tool. These are the 3 ETL tools that people are really using, okay, for the purpose of connecting to Snowflake as the data warehouse for their ETL related activities. So this, from those ETL tools, we'll see the Snowflake as a database perspective only, right? But when you enter into Snowflake, you can see that it is a database, it is a reporting tool, as well as it also have the capability of producing these reports also as well. So for the purpose of producing these reports, what we can say here is when you go back to this worksheets, there is something like dashboards. You are seeing here, right, Satya? Dashboards.
Yes.
When you see this particular dashboards, you have something like welcome to the dashboards. You can also have the option of creating all your beautiful graphical dashboards that you can have the option of creating also as well using this tool. So it has its ETL capabilities, it has its data modeling capabilities, as well as it also has got its data related capabilities in order to do these things also as well, basically. Got my point?
So yeah, so in real time, any of the organizations, they would like to be used for the Snowflake as a data source. Assume that they have the Teradata warehouse or Oracle data warehouse, and they decided to move forward with the Snowflake. They are there going to be just dump the data in the structural format which you mentioned, RDBMS structural format in the Snowflake, or in order to push the data from Teradata to the, I mean to ask for the migration aspects. Let's say they want to move from Teradata to Snowflake. So in between, the either one of these ETL tools come to the picture.
Yes, yeah. Those ETL tools will come into the picture. You can try to use any of these ETL tools, or else you can try to use the AWS tools like Glue, something of that sort is there. You can use them also as well. Okay.
Okay.
But see, one way is possible. From Teradata to Snowflake is possible. From Redshift Spectrum to Snowflake is possible. But we don't do from Snowflake to that place, basically. We don't do that one. So for all these ETL tools, Snowflake happens to be the data warehouse. Got my point?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Snowflake happens to be the data warehouse only. Okay. No, so we can also have the option of creating this particular dashboards also as well. ఇక ఒక విషయం చూడండి, instead of learning all these particular tools like what we said, like the DBT, the Metallion, the Alteryx, and so many things will come. Okay, instead of doing all these particular things, the better one what we do is that this Python. See what we do here, we connect to this Snowflake. I get this connector and then go to that Snowflake, run your queries, and then you are done, basically, right? That is as simple. And then the way the other tools are popular, Python is also really extremely powerful. Basically, if you ask me, Python is really extremely powerful for the purpose of doing all your ETL and reporting related activities also as well. Okay, so we have seen something like worksheets, we have seen something like dashboards, and we have seen something like data also as well, basically, right? Now, and whatever all the activities that you do here, whatever all the activities, so far, since a couple of minutes only we have done this place, we are able to see only this one here, right? We are able to see only the one SQL statement only it has run, basically. Okay, but when you go to this place and when you go to this databases and when you see this particular activity, you can see this query history, there are a lot of things that has been done starting from in the other batches, basically. Do all the things, some of them succeed, some of them fail, and all those things. We can see the task history, we can see all the task graph runs, you can see here. How much you are running and how much has been consumed, we can see here. And so the reason why I'm showing is I just want to show you how we can have the taste of your new, very child-based, baby-based Snowflake environment when you create, and what is the other environment that you really work with, basically. That's the reason I'm trying to show you both these two environments here. Okay, when you go to this admin, it shows that spent by me is $130 has been spent by me so far. The moment once you come here and then when you see this admin and when you see this particular billing, how much has been spent so far? 0. Because just a couple of minutes ago we have created this one, right? So that's why you will be seeing only that 0 over here in this particular case. Usage here. The credits usage 0 here is to the selected data. But here the usage is this much, you can see here. And my usage is because I run 3 batches per day, 3 batches of Snowflake. That's the reason we created this one 3-4 days ago, and then a lot of heavy lift and shift we do. So that's why we try to consume all these things. $400 is there in Gopal, Kamlakar. Okay, if $400 na ganaka spend అయిపోయింది అనుకోండి, obviously what I have to do is I have to, today also you have seen here, right? This much task is being used because I think I have created a couple of tasks which have been running, and then they are populating this data, basically. That's the reason this much amount of data is being consumed. In Snowflake, there is no problem. Sahja, in Snowflake, there is no problem because you didn't put any credit card. But in AWS, when you start putting your, when you need to put your credit card, and if you start running like this, automatically what happens is that your
Yeah, that's right. If you want that, if you want build that EC2 instance or EBS, those things, it keep charging from the credit card.
It keeps charging from the credit card. Many people have become bankrupt. I'm telling you, many people really have become bankrupt. Okay, without knowing all these budgets and alarms, basically. That's the reason we need to be aware how we are doing these things within Snowflake, basically, and AWS also as well. Okay, so I have told you, right? This is how this Snowflake environment looks like. So basically, if you try to take some points from this place, things what I have told you is Snowflake is a data warehouse. You can have the option of creating the schemas and the databases that can take the applications of data lakes, data warehouses, and the other schemas also as well. Okay, everything the ETL related activities, the data modeling activities, and your reporting related activities can be done by staying only in Snowflake itself. Can be done by staying only within Snowflake itself. That is the first thing. Okay, and the second thing is that even though you don't want to do all your ETL related activities within Snowflake, what is the second best option that you're having? The second best option that you're having is you can try to connect to this Python and then use your SnowSQL, use your Snowflake as the database, and then start doing your ETL related activities. Otherwise, there are other ETL tools also as well, like Metallion, Alteryx, and DBT that we can use for the purpose of doing all this particular stuff also as well. Okay, these are the three things that you need to take care while you are working with respect to this Snowflake related activities. Okay, so this is what we try to cover so far. Okay, and another thing is that I told you like 30 days trial and then $400 credit will be taken, and you are supposed to do all these particular things within this particular activity itself. Okay, and then I told you the data, and here we have the schema. So someone is asking about this, what is this Snowflake? I have told you, right? This is all the metadata that is related only for your admin related activities that we have seen. And this is the place where you can have the option of doing all your ETL related work. I told you, right? If you remember, like when you go to these worksheets, there are a lot of things that you can do here. When you try to open this one, when you go to this databases, when you go to this task, when you go to this schema, these are all the things that we are going to discuss basically in this particular course. Everything. And there are a lot of people in my previous batches who have already in the mode of attending the job interviews, as well as there are people who are planning to get certified tomorrow and day after tomorrow also as well. Okay, so that's how the course is going to take place. We are going to cover each and every concept that is pertaining to this Snowflake. That's the reason we'll be creating two accounts in order to drive all these particular things also as well, basically. Okay, in order to drive all these particular things, we'll be driving these particular accounts also as well. Now, I hope this is clear, or any other questions what you're having so far, please let me know. Tinku, you are following today?
So Ravigaru, without using the ETL tools like Metallion, DBT, so you are suggesting we can go ahead with the Python, right?
In Python and mostly in Snowflake. Snowflake lo nani chesestamanడి man మొత్తం అంతా basically.
Okay.
Snowflake lone will be doing a lot here. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే Snowflake has its own limitations. And let me tell you upfront, Snowflake really doesn't have the real capability of trying to ingest the streaming data. Priyanka, streaming data ante what happens is when your data is coming from the logs or the IoT devices, where the data is continuously coming, and you need to analyze the data in real time. Okay, when you need to start analyzing the data in real time, Snowflake doesn't have such a type of great capabilities. Okay, that's the reason what we do is that we try to depend on other third-party tools like Kafka. Apache Kafka.
Yeah. Yes.
Apache Kafka.
Basically, for the event-driven.
Exactly. Event-driven streaming activities, we use that one basically. Okay. If you really don't want to use Kafka, you can also have the option of using this Kinesis also as well. Kinesis we can use. for doing this streaming activities, or else we can use this PySpark also as well. And all the data will directly come and then put the data into the Snowflake, or else you try to put the data into that Amazon S3 bucket somewhere. From that S3 bucket, you can try to bring this data here. So that's why Snowflake is extremely good at batch processing. Snowflake is extremely good at near real-time processing, but Snowflake is not that really luxuriously great at real-time. It is only working for near real-time. That's the reason we have to see those other tools also as well, in order to make sure that we make it as a complete package when you go to the jobs with respect to Snowflake. Ante Miru, when you start applying for Snowflake, what really happens is they don't ask you only for Snowflake. They don't ask you only for Snowflake, because they will ask you like, it is good to have a working knowledge on Python. It is good to have a working knowledge on DBT, like that they'll tell, or Kinesis, something of the sort. So I'll be taking a couple of tools like a Tableau and Power BI. I'll be working on Tableau and Power BI also as well, in order to showcase how these things are going to be effective. Okay, so much of the surrounding tools that are really required, because when you go to this marketplace, ప్రియాంక మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా అమెజాన్ మార్కెట్ ప్లేస్కి వెళ్ళే ఉంటారు కదా మీరు. అమెజాన్ మార్కెట్ ప్లేస్ లోకి వెళ్తే మీరు ఏం చేయొచ్చు, యూ కెన్ హ్యావ్ ద ఆప్షన్ ఆఫ్ సెల్లింగ్ యువర్ ఓన్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ దేర్, రైట్? You can do that one. Here also, when you come to this particular marketplace, there are a lot of people who come here and then they'll try to market their own data products also as well. You can see here, this financial data 360, they will try to sell this particular data here. Okay, in case if you need, you can take them and then you can use in your case also as well. Okay,
అంటే ఇవన్నీ స్నోఫ్లేక్ తో కంపాటబుల్ అండి, ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ కి?
స్నోఫ్లేక్ తో కంపాటబుల్ అండి, ఎస్, ఎనీ స్నోఫ్లేక్ తో కంపాటబుల్. అందు గురించి ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే, రీసెంట్ గా దే క్రియేటెడ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ స్ట్రీమ్లిట్ అనేది ఒకటి కొత్తగా క్రియేట్ చేశారు. ఓకే, ఆ స్ట్రీమ్లిట్ తోటి వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే, వీ కెన్ ఆల్సో హ్యావ్ ద ఆప్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఇంప్లిమెంటింగ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ యూజింగ్ స్నోఫ్లేక్. అందు గురించి ఆ స్ట్రీమ్లిట్ అనే ప్రోడక్ట్ కూడా ఒకటి కొత్తగా తీసుకొచ్చారు మొన్న ఈ మధ్య. Okay, like that, version by version, what they're doing is that they're trying to introduce a lot of integrators to make the Snowflake more functional, as well as to make this Snowflake more reachable to the people also as well, basically. Okay, ante kada. When a particular product is starting, what happens is that initially it will be in the incubator stage, basically, kada. And then the moment once the time goes, it really gets matured when we are going to have a lot of integrators and other things that are really being added here. Okay, so one thing that we need to understand is, Gopal garu meer follow avutunnaru kada? Yeah, so here what is really happening is that gone are the days where people started using the legacy tools like Informatica, DataStage, Ab initio. Those tools are gone. Admin related, Informatica admin, DataStage admin, those are all the things that are gone. The world or the industry is now really looking for the data analytics and the data engineering. Okay, data analytics and data engineering provides the platform to grow, and based on this particular platform, so many applications you are seeing here, right? This marketplace, when you see these people, they are spending their hours, they are spending their time, they are spending their efforts, money and everything in order to build up these particular data products to grow, to sell, to market, to publicize. These are the things that we are doing here. So if you really want to be in the game of trying to earn that 5-digit or 6-digit or whatever it is, and then to be ahead of the things, the next future is going to be this data analytics and data engineering only here. That's the reason so much amount of significance and importance are being given to these data platforms. Like Snowflake is one of the data. How many platforms are here? 673 data products are there here so far. Okay, we have something like Snowflake is there. We also have something like Databricks that exists, is another cloud data platform that you have, as well as my friend Kamlakar is working in Azure data engineering. I'm working on AWS data engineering, and Google Cloud is also there. So you have to be in any of these particular places in order to launch your platform into 2024. That's why this is the way that we need to do basically. Okay. So this week I just covered the cloud computing concepts. I just gave a touch and glow to what is a data warehouse and what is a data lake. And then we have created this particular free trial account in order to show you how this particular Snowflake environment looks like. How this Snowflake...
రవి గారు మీరు ఈ ఫ్యూ క్లాసెస్ క్లౌడ్ కంప్యూటింగ్ మీద తీసుకున్న రికార్డింగ్స్ లేకపోతే ప్రెజెంటేషన్ కొంచెం ఇస్తారా?
నేను ఇస్తానండి. I'll send it to you. మీరు ఆ బ్యాచ్ వస్తున్నారు కదా 10:30?
నేను అది నాకు టైమింగ్ వర్కౌట్ అవ్వలేదు. నేను అప్పుడు అడిగాను విజువల్ పాత్ వాళ్ళని, సో ఈ టైమింగ్ ఇచ్చారండి.
No problem. We'll continue this batch and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll continue this one and please reach out. I think the visual path or Harsha Trainings or myself will be reaching out to you. And from Monday onwards, as I have told you, the session will not be from 8:30 to 9:30. Sorry, the session will not be from 8:30 to 9:30. It will be from 7:30 to 8:30 EST. So for India people, it's not going to change. Okay, we'll be doing this one. The course goes till December, covering all the aspects of Snowflake and data engineering and data analytics. We'll be covering Tableau and Power BI also as well. We'll be covering Python, the programmatic way of doing this particular Python. Disclaimer, one thing what I'm saying is that when I say something like Python, I'm not going to tell you the A to G of Python here. I'll be telling you what are all the segments of Python that are really required in order to work with this particular Snowflake. I'll be telling you. Okay. And thank you so much for spending your time and attention and passion for from the last couple of days. So what I do is that we'll start fresh from Monday and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much. In case if you have any questions, please reach out to me and then I will answer the questions. Okay. Thank you.